my name is HAPruitt and I am the author of Anelthalien. And in this video, I'm going to be doing a 2020 takeaway tag. I was tagged by Bethany Cox. Her YouTube channel is Author Bethany Cox. And I'll put her video, the link to her video, down below in the description so you can find her. The video is basically you talk about what you took away from 2020, some writing questions of what I took away from 2020, some personal questions, and some AuthorTube or YouTube questions. So the first section is the writing section. I'll just get into it. What is the first question?
What kind of creative work did you do, and how do you feel about the end result?
So in 2020, I didn't make the book, but I published. Anelthalien had its birthday, its release day. Anelthalien came out, and so that was one of my creative works. And I wrote it, I illustrated it, I made the pretty cover, so that's exciting. It was really exciting. Another creative work I did was my husband published a book this November. I think it was in November, October, November, and I had written part of it already previously, not for what he wanted to publish, and so I guess that's kind of my creative work coming out. And all my illustrations, the book has my illustrations, all the illustrations in it are from me. It's called Revive, Overcoming the Lies, if you want to look it up. We haven't really advertised it because it was just for our church more, but I mean anybody could benefit from that book. It's more of kind of like, kind of a Bible study. And you read parts in the Bible and it helps you see different things about how you can apply it to your life. It's really good. It's really good. Check it out. Look it up. Revive, Overcoming the Lies. So I guess I published a book and a half, kind of. And I started working on earthquaking. That's another creative thing I did. I wrote it a while back. Well, not a while back. I wrote Anelthalien and then I just kept writing. And so the second book, Earthquaking, I started really working on that to make it into a book. I got to start editing it and start working on the illustrations. That's the most creative part of it. I really like doing all the illustrations. They look really good. Can't show them quite yet. And I know what the cover is going to look like, and I'm excited about that. And so I've a lot of book creative stuff, and I'm just a creative person. I like to take pictures and make little cute posts and draw on them and draw little pictures all the time. And so I do creative little things all the time. I make Christmas cards too. That's another creative thing. Okay, so I said enough about that. What is the next writing question?
How would your protagonists have reacted to the chaos of 2020?
I think this is a really fun question. So I have 4 main characters in Anelthalien. Kendall is the main character, and I think she would have been kind of bummed. Like a lot of kids, they couldn't go to school, they couldn't see their friends. Kendall doesn't have a bunch of friends, but she really wants to, and so I think she would really miss that social interaction with other people. She really feeds on that. She likes that. So she would probably be really bummed because she would have to stay home with her brother, and she would probably be driven really crazy, and it might be hard on her family because her parents work out in the world. And so it would be difficult for her. Andrew will be fine. Andrew doesn't like socializing. He doesn't like people. He would be fine staying home, doing school on his computer, and reading the rest of the day. He'd be pretty okay with that. His family might struggle financially a little bit, but he'd be okay. Tad would probably kill somebody, like literally kill somebody. He does not like his home life, he does not like his home family, and being stuck in his house would drive him crazy and he would hurt someone. And then Ella would not be okay. She lives in Anelthalien, but if it happened in Anelthalien, her business, it's not her business, it's kind of her family business, would lose all their business, and it'd be just a terrible thing if the COVID hit where Ella lived. And she really likes being around people, and so her and her papa would drive each other crazy because Ella talks a lot. So Ella wouldn't be okay, and Tad wouldn't be okay. Andrew would be okay. So that's how they would react to COVID-19.
Tad would stab things.
Tad would stab things, yes. Next question.
What is a positive writing lesson you will take with you into 2021?
I learned so much about writing. I learned so much about writing this year in 2020 because I published my book and then I started kind of getting on social media, learning more about marketing, more about publishing. But the writing advice, the writing part is the same as it always has been for me. And my writing advice, you know, you hear a lot of people say you should write like, stop hurting. There's a little bug on my floor. My husband just destroyed it, so we're done with that. Writing advice. A lot of people tell you a lot of things. A lot of people have advice and say you have to write like this, you have to write like this. A lot of people have opinions, but I would say don't let anybody tell you how to write, except God, because that's what I do. And when you start to let all those other voices tell you what to do, you start second guessing yourself. You start thinking, I'm not any good at this. My book's not any good. And you just want to like put it down and walk away. But when you just write the way God wants you to write, when you just write what pours out of your soul, that's going to be good. Because if it's genuine, if it's from you, it's going to be good. Because God made you, He made your soul. And so if you pour it out on paper for other people to read, it's going to be good. Don't let anybody tell you how you have to write. Be a listener, be open to getting better, but don't let anybody tell you how you have to write. So those are the writing questions. No, wait, there's one more. There's one more.
Share a favorite quote you wrote or read this year.
So, like I said, I wrote Anelthalien, and then I wrote the second book, and I just kept writing. I never stopped. Whenever I just knew that was the end of the book, I just keep going in my notebooks. These are my notebooks that I write in. I just wrote the story. God said start from the beginning, and I just started writing, and it just didn't stop. So these are part of the notebooks. But I looked through the notebooks that I wrote in 2020, and there's a lot of lines I like, but I can't say because it would reveal stuff. But I found one, and it's really short, and it won't make any sense to you probably, but it's, he's here. And so that's all I'll say. I know that might be weird, but that's all I'll say. Okay. So next we have the AuthorTube section. What is the first question?
Something you did on your channel that you're proud of.
My YouTube channel, I'm pretty sure I started it in 2019, and I told the story behind Anelthalien, which is really cool. But that didn't happen in 2020. In 2020, I started doing book reviews of other authors' books, and I guess I'm proud of that. That has been really fun and turned out really good. I really like supporting other authors, and it means a lot to other authors when you review their books. I've gotten really good feedback, and that, above all else, makes me happy to hear other authors being happy that someone read their book and someone liked their book. So I'm proud of that. I did one with sign language about book reviews, and that I was really proud of that because I learned sign language for the video, and I enjoyed it, and I found out that I like doing sign language. If you haven't noticed, I talk with my hands a lot, not sign language necessarily, but I move around a lot when I talk, and so it just felt kind of natural, and it was fun. Yeah, so that's what I was proud of on my channel. I started book reviewing, and I did that one with the sign language. That was good. What's next?
In what ways did you and your channel grow in 2020?
I guess that's kind of the same answer. Instead of just talking about Anelthalien, I started talking about other books. And it just kind of got easier. It's always kind of scary for me to do videos. I cut that part out. Sometimes I put it in the bloopers after my little spiel. So if you want to see me you can watch it in the little bloopers I put. But it's always kind of hard for me, but it's gotten easier and I've gotten more comfortable doing it. And so I guess I've grown in that way. It just gets easier to do the videos. Yeah, so that's how I've grown. What's next?
What is another channel that brought you joy in 2020?
I don't watch a ton of other channels. I am subscribed to several of them. I think I found most of them before 2020, but I think I found Joanna White in 2020, and she reads a lot from her writings. I just did a book review over one of her books, but she reads a lot from what she just writes, and I really like just authors reading their work. It just makes me happy to hear other authors reading, kind of like an audiobook, but you don't have to pay for it. That's pretty cool, so that gave me joy. Bethany Cox, the girl who tagged me in this to do this video, I've enjoyed listening to her. I really like how she's like, you guys, and she talks like she's really personable and she's really sweet, and I like listening to her just doing her videos. I love when she says you guys. Sometimes I'm like, I want to say you guys, but I never think about it. So, and I also found, I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, Francosi, I think is how you say his name, Francosi. He's funny. He's really, really funny. And he kind of reminds me of me because he talks about sometimes how he like laughs at the wrong times and he's kind of awkward and he kind of doubts himself sometimes, but he's really funny. And so I've enjoyed watching his videos. So I'll put the links to their channels down below, Bethany and Joanna and Francosi. I'm sorry if I say your name wrong. I'll put the links to their channels below so you can watch them too and get joy from them too. So I think that's it for the AuthorTube section. Now we have the personal questions section. What is the first one?
What is your favorite attribute of your husband?
I don't think that's the first question.
Oh. What new hobbies or interests came out of 2020?
At first, when I thought about that question, I thought none, because I worked from home before and I worked from home after, and so I just continued kind of my thing. But I realized I started reading, not because of 2020 and what was going on in 2020, but I started reading because part of being an author is reading other authors' books, supporting authors, and I really enjoyed that. I've always loved reading, but I kind of got away from reading because I got really busy. But now it's part of my job, so I have an excuse, and I don't have to feel like, oh, I'm not working. I'm like, I'm working and reading a great book at the same time. So I've started reading books again, and that makes me happy. What's next?
What would you tell your past January 2020 self to mentally prepare you for this year?
So like I said, not a lot has changed for my life. A lot has changed around me, but I think to tell what I would tell myself to prepare for all the things that would go on around me, I wrote it down earlier. I want to read it. Ultimately, nothing is going to change. God will always be God. Rely on Him and go to Him. Just that no matter what happens, God's still God, and still rely on Him, and you're going to be fine no matter what. Whether it's 2020, whether it's a personal struggle, whether it's me just getting afraid to put myself out there and make posts and socialize with people, it's okay. God's still God, and you can still hold on to Him, and He's still going to take care of you no matter what. What's next?
3 positive words you can focus on in 2021.
3 positive words. I watched Bethany's video, like I said, and she had a little phrase of 3 words, and before she even answered, I had thought of a phrase too. And so instead of 3 different words, I thought of a phrase that was 3 different words. And God just gave me this little phrase at the end of 2020 because, like I said, I was thinking about publishing my 2nd book, and like that scares me so much. I did not want to publish a book. I did not want my name on the internet. I did not want to socialize with people. It scares me. It like legitimately terrifies me to do all the things that I do every day. Maybe not all the things. I like cleaning my guinea pig cages, which is weird. But where was I? Man. Oh, 3 words. Okay, so God just gave me this phrase, ease into it at the end of 2020, that I'm going to be afraid and it's going to hurt and it's going to be uncomfortable and I'm not going to like it. But if He leads me to it, I need to go after it. And if I just ease into it, it's going to be okay. He's going to slowly step me in the right direction and make it so it's not like ripping off the Band-Aid. It's like slowly easing into warm water. It hurts at first, but once you get in, it's just kind of like, this is okay. This feels good. This is natural. Okay. And you can do it. And so those are the words I'm probably going to have running through my head a lot in 2021. Ease into it and just let God help you.
I have a phrase.
What's your phrase?
Tractors are great.
Okay, what's the next question?
That's it.
That's it? That's all the questions?
That's it.
Okay, so now, those are my questions. If you are watching and you want to do the 2020 takeaway tag, please do this video. And the questions, I'll type them below in the description so you can read them and do them for yourself if you want to. I want to tag specifically, I want to tag Careena. I told her about it and she's going to do it, and I'm pretty sure we're going to post our videos on the same day. So if you're watching this, go to her YouTube channel and watch her 2020 takeaway video. I'll post a link to her channel below in the description. And just please, if you want to do this, tag me. If you do this, tag me so I can watch your video too and comment on your video. And also, I want to ask, I'm really bad about forgetting this, I want to ask you to please subscribe to my channel. If you've enjoyed this video, check out my other videos and subscribe. And I usually do book reviews, I talk about marketing and publishing and writing, I talk about Anelthalien. So if any of those things interest you, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please like this video if you've enjoyed watching this video. And please comment if you have any thoughts that ran through your head while I was doing my video. So, I think that's all for now. Thank you for watching. Bye!
If you want to know more about Anelthalien or HAPruitt, please follow me on Instagram at HAPruitt. You can find me on Amazon as an Amazon author, HAPruitt. Please watch my YouTube channel and all my cool videos on my channel, HAPruitt and Anelthalien. You can find me on the Facebook page, HAPruitt and Anelthalien. You can follow me on Goodreads by the name HAPruitt and the book Anelthalien, or you can go to my website where so much cool stuff about Anelthalien is. The website is HAPruitt.com.